Hey Tubies, it's Lord Ision. Well, welcome to Friday. I've been working all morning doing readings, and now it's time for a little break. And I thought I'd come out and have a little walk with you in the park and maybe go to lunch. Yesterday we were talking about tree scrying. And I thought for those of you who've never done this, this is a way that you can start to connect to the mysteries. It's a form of divination. I believe that the ancient runes were seen in trees by the ancient Norse peoples. And I think when we look at trees today, we can see rune patterns in them. Now, some of this may not make sense to you because if you don't know the runes, but I would encourage each of you to go look up the runes. You can find images of them online or buy a book on runes. But as you pause, you can just look at the trees and you can say, give me a message. What is a message? So for example, up here, I'm seeing it looks like the rune algiz. You see those two branches in the vertical one? It's like a Y kind of. That's algiz. Algiz means protection. Do you see that? Can you guys trace my finger? I see there's one branch that's going down there on the left, and a branch on the right, and then a vertical branch. Let me zoom in on that and make it a little more sense to you. Yeah, I can zoom in. There you go. So there's one branch, and the vertical. Now look up the rune algiz, and you will see that image. And when I'm looking at that tree, that rune is very, very clear to me there. So that means it's a sign of protection. So as we're scanning, whatever pops out, you'll say, there's a message there. And wow, I can clearly see algiz there. So this is what we call tree scrying for runes, or rune scrying in the trees. So pretty cool stuff, isn't it? As we walk along, we may get more messages. So let's just go down the road and see what there is to see. Our Sun Lord is nowhere to be found today. As you can see, our sky is rather ominous. It's dark gray and overcast. And you know what? It feels like snow is coming. I haven't checked the forecast, but I have a feeling snow is coming. I can just taste it in the air. So, we'll keep an eye out. I should have brought my umbrella because we might end up in a snowstorm. I love the sky. This is a sky that reminds me of Odin. I call this Odin sky, that deep bluish gray. Definitely Odin energy, the Sky Father, the All-Father. My thoughts. Talking about tree scrying, look at this branch here. Can you see my finger tracing it? This looks so much like the rune Kenaz. Now, Kenaz would be sideways, but that looks like Kenaz. And Kenaz is a rune that, it has a lot of different meanings. It can mean growth, it can mean movement. Has a lot of different meanings, but that's Kenaz there. Do you see that? That V? But actually it would be sideways, so. You see? So the runes will pop out at you as you walk. I should have brought my rune sheet with me. And, because it's hard to memorize all of them, but I know a number of them, and I'm still learning the runes. The runes take a lifetime to master. But it's so fascinating because I really think that the ancients did this kind of rune scrying in the trees. And so that's a way to find a message. Now here I just found another rune. You see this bent tree that's kind of going to the side? It has no branches on it. Follow my finger here. This could be, and I think it is, the rune Isa. Isa is the rune that means like frozen energy. Something's not moving. It's a holding pattern. And so there are no branches. It's just a clear vertical line here. This could very well be Isa. So, as you walk, pay attention because messages will literally come out of the trees for you. It's pretty amazing. Once you get used to doing that, once you learn the runes and start studying them, you'll be able to get messages wherever you are. It's really a fun thing to try to do and see what messages come to you. And here we are at the famous footbridge that you guys love. I just want to bring to your attention that our poppies are now gone. Remember the golden poppies we had? Well, they're no more. There's the empty remnants of what remained of the poppies and wildflowers here. But our bridge is still here and as beautiful as always. Give a shout out to my buddy Gav in England. He said he loves this bridge. So many of you have told me how much you love this bridge. It is lovely. Our water is calm today. Look at that. It's like a giant mirror. I always say this is the biggest scrying mirror. I've got the best scrying mirror of anybody on YouTube. Feels good to walk. I tell you, I can feel snow in the air. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? When you just like can feel it, like I can taste it. Snow is coming. I know snow is coming. Ooh, it's coming. I can feel it. And tubies, as I told you, sometimes you'll be just walking along and a rune will pop out of nowhere. And here's a great example of this. Do you see in this branch here that's down? I want you guys to see this. Follow my hand here. This is the rune Uruz. It's a rune of healing. Can you see that? Trace my finger, follow my finger. That's the rune Uruz there. I mean, that is just popping out in front of my face. So you can get a little clearer. There it is. That is Uruz. There's the left side, there's the top, there's the right side. If you look up the rune Uruz, you'll say, oh my gosh, that really is Uruz. So that's a sign that, you know, if you were walking and asking for a message and that appears, that means that the gods are sending healing. And don't we all need some healing? Our nation needs healing. So I'm invoking the rune Uruz for healing in the United States of America. Hail Uruz, hail Odin. You see? The miracles are around us. But only those who slow down enough and pay attention get to see the signs, get to see the mysteries that are around us. For the universe is full of mysteries. Sometimes people call me and they say, Lord Ision, teach me the Wiccan mysteries. And I said, I cannot teach you the Wiccan mysteries, for they have to be experienced. And the only way you'll discover the Wiccan mysteries are if you take the time to connect to the earth. And the earth will reveal its mysteries to you. And so as you see today, we're seeing some amazing runes. Those are part of the mystery, that the universe communicates in sacred symbols. As I'm walking, it seems to be a quiet today. There's kind of a hush. I don't see the birds or the squirrels. I think they're all nesting because they too know that a snowstorm's coming. So when you're out, try to get a sense of the energy. Like, it feels incredibly quiet in the park today. Not just from people, I'm talking about like the animals, the overall energy. It feels very quiet. And that's a sign to watch for as well, because it means that change is coming. And as I told you, sometimes the runes will just pop out of nowhere. Look what I just discovered. This is pretty cool. Can you see here on the ground? By the way, I should say when you're walking, watch the ground. Fallen branches can communicate. Let's see if you guys can see this rune. There's the left side. There's the first triangle. And there's the second triangle. Literally just lying on the right. It's the rune Berkana. Just here among a bunch of shrubbery. But can you see that? It's like a giant bee. Berkana is the rune that means new birth, new beginnings. So that's a really positive sign. Do you see that? Can you trace it? Berkana. If you know the runes, you'll recognize it. But if you don't, you can look it up. Berkana. Right there in these fallen twigs. That's pretty cool. See, I tell you, once you start practicing this, you'll always be amazed at the messages that will come through. So we saw Urus today. Well, we saw Algies, which means protection, so we're under protection. We saw Isa, which means a delay. Then we saw Urus, which means healing. And then we saw Berkana, which means new birth. So I think this is a really positive message. We're being protected. There's some delays. It's going to take some time. But ultimately, we'll be healed and have new beginnings. That's my message today. What do you think? Pretty cool. And Tubies, here we are outside Samurai Hibachi and Sushi Bar. Oh, it looks like they're open. Shall we go in and see what good food we can get? Come on along. Samurai Hibachi, my favorite restaurant. Well, here I am in my favorite restaurant, Samurai Hibachi. I just put in my food and we'll have something good soon. Oh my gosh, look what arrived. I got my cold Coca-Cola and I ordered some sushi to start off with. Oh, I love sushi. This is the Philadelphia roll. It's smoked salmon and cream cheese and just heavenly with some wasabi sauce and ginger. Ooh, PsychicBob loving it. Look what I got, Tubies. My lunch arrived. I got a wonderful noodle dish called yakisoba. And it's like a noodles with a chicken in it and seaweed, and it's really delish. Ooh, that looks good. Samurai Hibachi. Ooh, that was a great lunch. Oh, PsychicBob feels good. It's time I go home and get this video done. No sign of our Sun Lord still. I just saw on the news, it looks like a snowstorm might be coming. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I'm in the mood for some snow. I know people that drive and hate it, but I don't have to go anywhere. I got my new tea maker and good tea. I'm gonna curl up and watch the snow. Also, don't forget, tomorrow is our psychic development class. That's right, I'm holding a psychic development class on Zoom tomorrow from 12 p.m. Eastern Time till 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can register for that over at PsychicBob.com. We'd sure love you to be there. We're going to talk about spirit photography and how to connect to the spirit world. If you'd like to be part of our class, the price is only $30. Now let me tell you, I'm giving it away at that rate, right? But it's 2 hours training with PsychicBob tomorrow on Zoom. So go over to my website, PsychicBob.com. That link will be below, and register. We'd sure love you to be there. Well, thanks for being here. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. Tomorrow is Saturday, and you know what that means? Saturday night seance. Lord willing and the creek don't rise. So we hope we'll see you there as well. You guys are best. Listen, I love you. Blessings to all of you. We'll see you back here tomorrow, and until then, may all of you always blessed be. Hail Odin. Hail to the Sky Father. Hail Odin. Hail to the Sky Father.